Hello and welcome to the Sanitary Sewer Survey 123 Data Collection Form. Today I'll be covering the basics of the sanitary manhole collection form, including how to download, refresh, and access existing data from your phone or Survey 123 desktop application. First, if this is your first time using this, you probably don't have the sanitary manhole collection downloaded to your phone, or you are, and this is how you access the tutorial, or you need to update your survey form. What you'll do is you'll go ahead and click on that hamburger button, click download surveys. Once you're inside, you can either scroll through or use the search field. Let's go ahead and just scroll through it. We'll go ahead and refresh that sanitary manhole collection form. Tap OK. Back out. Go inside of the sanitary manhole collection form. Look at what's going on here. You'll see a collect inbox, possibly a sent, and possibly an outbox if you've already used this application. For those of you that are new to this, for demonstration purposes, we'll start by doing collect. Once you're inside collect, you'll see that tutorial video right in there. You can just click on that. The next thing is prompting you for a project number. Try to follow any hints that it's suggesting. In this case, it's suggesting the first, second, and third series digits are separated by a dash. So I'm going to type in that project number. In your case, it might be 2136-30 or 03-01. I'm just using 00 for now. I'm going to run test. Test for city. Test for county. And test for state. Oh, and you'll see that I've made a spelling mistake. When you're using an Android application, it does not do autocorrect. However, with Apple and the web application, it will at least let you know that you're spelling the word wrong. Go ahead and fill out the inspector. The inspector is the person who is measuring the manhole. If it's more than one person, you can certainly list both. It's not intended for you to list the person who is collecting the elevation data or doing the actual survey. So you've gotten this far, and you're probably wondering, do I have to fill out this data every time? No, you don't. What you do is you go ahead and set as favorite answers, but you have to save it so that way it knows where to pull from. So you'll do send later. Check your outbox, check the survey, make sure the initial data is the way you like it. Just back out again, go back into collect, start over, and instead of set, do paste answers from favorite. Again, the little hamburger button, paste answers from favorite. So you're going to go in, you're going to take a look, you're going to continue. Manhole number. This is only if there's a prescribed number either from the engineer or from existing data. In this case, we don't have either of those, so we will go ahead and leave that blank. This is not to be confused as the survey point name, as you will find below. Date inspected, it should automatically set to today and the time. As you can see, it's now 3:36, but when we started the data collection, it was 3:35. If you want to update that, certainly just tap on that and then go ahead and push that up. So now it's 3:36. Time isn't as nearly as important as date. When you go into the location, now when you started this application, it might have said something along the lines of, do you want Survey 123 to access your location? You have nothing to worry about. It's totally safe, and it's necessary if you want to track your location in order to prescribe a location for the manhole based off of where you are. If you don't want to do that, you can certainly come into each one, type in a city, in this case we'll do Brookings, and manually locate it. A lot of times even you'll want to just geo-correct that, so that way it's in a better location. So it might take your location, but you come in here, it takes your location, but you want to improve it. So what I'm going to do is switch it over to world imagery. Again, just tap the little base map icon, and you can go between the two. I'm going to use this little zooming button here to get it precise, and I'm going to submit. There we go. Survey point name, rim elevation. Again, this will come from the surveyor. Either you will have to get the data from the surveyor, or the surveyor will have to come in here and enter the rim elevation. The rim elevation is part of a larger calculation, which you'll see below. Construction, you're going to go ahead and put brick, concrete, whatever it is. If you choose other, it will ask you to specify material. Lid size, if the engineer is asking for it, go ahead and list a lid size. They're not always looking for lid size, but it is additional information if you want it. So let's go ahead and just list 36 for now. And then we'll choose an outflow direction. Again, this is where the water is leaving. So if it's out of the north invert, it's the north invert, northeast, east, whatever. And then the condition, essentially it'll be new or poor. Good and fair is fairly relative. The engineer is going to be the ultimate decision maker of this. This just helps you reference any basic, a basic idea of what the condition of the manhole is. Is it new, as in as built, or is it poor as it's been there for a long time? Comments, this is any additional information that you want the engineer to know, such as like surface condition or anything that is not readily available on this form or in the photos that you'll be providing. The center depth, this is just where you measure down to the floor of that manhole. So let's go ahead and enter like 6. Again, this is in tenths of feet, as your rod is in tenths of feet. Down here, you'll go ahead and choose all the inverts that you have. If there's existing data, you'll need to make sure that you are tapping on the correct one. So if it's got a north, northeast, east invert, you'll have to just kind of come through and verify those. For those that are collecting new data, you're going to come in here, choose these, and fill them out. As you see, I'm tapping on it, north, south. If I take it away, it's no longer there. Okay, so north gives me north. We'll just go ahead and list, 5 feet. North pipe size, again, this is in inches, so we'll go ahead and list that as a 6-inch. North pipe material, I'm going to go ahead and do PVC, and then you'll take a photo. This is when you want to take a photo inside of the manhole, okay? The annotate image is intended for the to draw the orientation of the manhole. So you'll take a photo inside that manhole, and then you'll draw a north arrow. This is not to be confused with your outflow direction. This is your north arrow. You should be facing north when you take a photo, so it should almost always be up. In some situations, the photo rotates. That's why we're drawing the north arrow in. Come down into photos. You'll take any additional photos that you need. You can even add files such as audio files, anything else on your phone. You can certainly add those in. You don't have to always take it right from your camera. And then every time you add one, just hit the plus sign. If you want to delete it, you're deleting each file. Come down into the center invert elevation. See, I'm tapping on it, but I don't get any text boxes. That's weird, right? That's on purpose. So, you've collected your data. Let's go ahead and submit it, and then we'll review those calculations. I'm going to go ahead and hit Send Now. Send Now uploads it onto the online. Send Later leaves it out on your phone, and Continue lets you edit the survey. Let's go ahead and Send Now. I hit the Send Now button, and you'll see it submitted both my draft and the other one. You'll have to delete your draft template. So now we need to go back in and edit that manhole. Tap Inbox, again, just inbox like so. And then you'll want to hit refresh. Every time you're going to want to hit refresh. Anytime you access this inbox, hit refresh. That's because you're accessing the online, and so it downloads it to your phone temporarily. So you need to access it this way. So now you can search for that manhole based off any of those questions, okay? So if you know the point name, that survey code, you can certainly type that in. It's going to give it to you. It's just going to search any of the project names, whatever it is. Okay, you can type your name, you can type whatever. You can access it through the list, look at the modification date, and search for it that way. I find it easier to come in here and tap on my location or just zoom to the area. So in this case, we were working over here. I do believe this is the manhole. I'm going to click on that, and there we go. Here's my data. Okay. So the part that we were missing was a rim elevation. Okay, so now I'm entering in my rim elevation data. A lot of times this is just as easy to do through the online interface, but I do like the form. The form will run the calculation for you as long as you do it through the form. If you do it through the field management app where you're editing fields just as raw data, it's not going to run these calculations for you. It's only within the form that it runs these calculations. Okay, so we've got our pipe depths, everything looks good. I'm going to go ahead and resubmit it and hit send now. So now I'm back in my inbox. Looks like it even updated the location for me to my location. Looks good. I'm going to back out. One thing to note is it is tempting to come into your sent inbox and use that to edit the data. Use the inbox every time. Use the inbox. That's all I have to cover for the sanitary manhole collection. And thank you for watching.